I stopped letting my son play with the neighbor's kid after he kept hurting him. We moved to this neighborhood about a month ago, and my son Danny was really struggling to make friends. He's 8 and pretty shy, so when this kid from down the street started playing with him, I was actually relieved. The first week was fine. They'd ride bikes together, play basketball in the driveway, normal kid stuff. Then Danny came home one afternoon with this huge scratch down his arm. When I asked what happened, he said the other kid got mad during their game and scratched him because he was losing. I cleaned it up and figured it was just a one-time thing. Kids get rough sometimes when they play. But then it happened again 3 days later. This time Danny had scratch marks on his neck. The kid apparently didn't like the game they were playing and just started scratching at him. I was getting worried, but Danny kept saying he wanted to keep playing with him because he was his only friend in the neighborhood. I told him to just walk away if the kid started getting aggressive. That lasted exactly 1 day. The next afternoon, Danny came home crying with this massive scratch across his whole cheek. Like you could see where the kid's fingernails had dragged across his face. It looked awful, and I knew it was going to leave a mark. I asked Danny what happened this time, and he said the kid got angry because Danny suggested they play soccer instead of tag. That's when I decided I needed to talk to the mom. I walked down to their house and knocked on the door. The mom answered, and I introduced myself as the new neighbor. I tried to be really polite about it. I explained that our kids had been playing together, but her son had been scratching Danny pretty badly on multiple occasions. Before I could even finish, she cut me off and told me to F off. Just like that, I was shocked. She said I needed to teach my son about autism because her kid couldn't help it and didn't know what he was doing. I told her that having autism isn't an excuse to hurt other kids, and that she needed to work on correcting that behavior. She got even more angry and said I was being ignorant and discriminatory. I said I understood autism was challenging, but my son shouldn't have to come home with injuries every time they play. She literally slammed the door in my face. When I got home, I told Danny he wasn't allowed to play with that kid anymore. He was upset at first because, like I said, he didn't have other friends yet, but I showed him the scratch on his face in the mirror and explained that real friends don't hurt you when they get mad. The next day, the mom posted this long rant on our neighborhood Facebook group about the new family that moved in and how we were discriminating against her special needs child. She didn't name us directly, but it was obvious who she was talking about. A bunch of people commented supporting her and saying we should be more understanding. Some people said kids with autism need patience and that we were being cruel. But then other parents started commenting about their own experiences with her kid. Turns out we weren't the first family to have this problem. Multiple people said their kids had come home with scratches and bruises after playing with him. One mom said her daughter got bit hard enough to break skin. Every single time the mom had the same response, blaming it on autism and refusing to take responsibility. The post ended up getting taken down by the moderators because it turned into this huge argument. Now, whenever I see the mom outside, she glares at me and makes comments loud enough for me to hear about ignorant people who don't understand neurodivergent children. Danny made friends with some kids 2 streets over who actually treat him well, so he's fine now.